health is a huge problem in Indigenous communities right around Australia. Because if kids can't hear, they can't learn.
1, 2, 3. Little push coming, Shakayla.
Otitis media, or middle ear disease, is a bacterial infection which, if left untreated, can lead to serious hearing problems.
Aboriginal children have the worst ear disease in the world, bar none.
Audiologist Lara Sher says on average, Aboriginal children suffer from middle ear disease for most of their first 3 years of life, compared to 3 months for non-Indigenous children.
When we came to Bunbury, to this particular school that we were in, we found that the vast majority of children, year 2 and under, were unable to hear their classroom teacher.
Almost every child in year 1, year 2, kindy and pre-primary had either ear disease or hearing loss. So effectively what it meant was a third of the kids in the school were sitting in classrooms not being able to hear what was going on.
Paul Higginbotham is with the Earbus Foundation of WA, which travels to schools right around the state to try to prevent hearing damage in Aboriginal children.
Schools and health often speak different languages, and it's a kind of difficult space in which to know kids are unwell and then get them fixed. So what we do is we kind of get in between. We speak both languages. We spoke health and education, so we can actually get in between and link up the stuff that sometimes breaks down.
GDGD Primary in East Bunbury has become one of the Earbus's scheduled stops in Noongar country after the foundation heard the school needed help.
You could see it in behaviour, you could see it in attention, you could see teachers calling out to children and children just not responding. Those would be children that would just be labelled naughty or, poor concentration is what you often hear. Over the last year, we've really managed to turn that around so that the vast majority of children are now hearing and learning in school. Have a listen. Good job.
GDGD Principal Tegan Davis believes the Foundation's approach to ear health has been revolutionary.
It's actually been a game changer for us because they offer a one-stop shop service for the kids at our school, whereas in the past a child might have been screened, but then there was a lag time between getting them seen by an audiologist or an ENT. The Earbus Foundation, through their amazing philanthropic sponsors and their organisational skills, mean that our kids are seen, they're triaged and treated all within a really short time frame.
One of the main reasons ear disease has done so much damage in Aboriginal communities is that it has mostly remained an unknown and silent epidemic.
It's just not out there enough. Even the Indigenous community doesn't know about it. I didn't know, my mum didn't know. It's only now that they're doing a bit more into it that we know that ears are a big thing.
Helen Pell's 7-year-old daughter Cheyenne had significant hearing problems for years after her ear infection was left undiagnosed and untreated.
If we educate the mums and dads, the Indigenous mums and dads, then they're more inclined to go and get their children's ears checked out. Me, I'm a very educated young lady. I didn't know about it.
The biggest thing is that if you have a middle ear disease, it's invisible. It's not as if your ears go purple and we can see all the children who can't hear properly. You'll walk around and look just like everybody else.
Despite the widespread nature of ear disease, Earbus has been able to help a significant number of kids get their schooling life back on track.
I love the work we do and I love seeing the change in children. And if I could tell you the number of times the teacher will say, "What on earth have you done?" And I have to say, we put in grommets, we restored the hearing. That's all we did. It's the same child, it's just they now understand what you want them to do. I think that's remarkable.
A lot of Indigenous families don't go out and about and they get a bit, frightened off in the big world. So if we have something little like the Earbus within the school, it helps the parents and the kids,
We've now tapped into a model that works. I think that our next step, or our next most powerful step moving forward, would be to roll it out for all Aboriginal children in the southwest.